Sitting here in one of my favorite spots, the meditation grove. It's amazing how many people don't come in here. It's a pity, actually. It's peaceful. There's a big group of Douglas firs, some gorgeous little maple trees. It's a lovely circle shrouded in leaves, dappled in sunlight, stone benches. And it's a really beautiful place to come and remember. And when I say remember, just remember to be present, remember who I am, remember why I'm here, remember what's important in life. It's an opportunity. There's a mix of sun and shade, of peacefulness and activity when groups of children go by. It's a mix of all the elements of Earth, of this material experience. And it's a really beautiful spot to just stop and be present. I was sitting here chanting one of my favorite mantras, the Mahamrityur mantra. I won't bother going into the details of it right now. Just, if you're curious, look it up. Listen to it, hear it. We can do that another day. But today I would just like you to consider being present. How often do you run from the moment or not even realize you're not even in the moment? We are living in a world that drops us continually into a stress response. And stress is a fight or flight response. Fight or flight is one thing. We're at least still moving. We're still fighting, which you don't want to do all the time. But it's when we move past it, when things become so incredibly overwhelming that we just shut down. We disconnect, we disassociate. And then it's really hard to think of anything being safe, of anything being something you're able to connect to. Because to get to that place of safety, of connection, again, you have to move through the same fight or flight that got you into the freeze response in the first place. So finding yourself somewhere beautiful, somewhere safe, somewhere where you're connected, being with nature, being with people that you care about, and breathing, remembering to breathe here into your diaphragm, not up here, but pausing, letting the shoulders drop, letting your arms relax, letting your eyes relax, maybe even rubbing those very tight places, not just because it feels good, but because our vagus nerve is very intimately connected to those spaces. Taking that time and being with you can help release that disconnect. And when you release it, you might start noticing more and feel like you've got to be on guard for it. But again, breathe, and maybe you'll be able to move through that. I know I'm stating it very simply. There are big, big things that so many of us deal with that it's very hard sometimes to trust in that. And it's hard not to shut yourself off from everything when you experience those moments. But it isn't up to everybody else to make us safe. It's up to us to trust and make connection to be safe. That allows us to be with others. Don't expect yourself to be perfect. And I'm saying this because I have to look at it all the time. I have to look into the idea that I think I have to fit a certain way of being. I'm a yoga teacher. You should be very calm, very peaceful, very grounded all the time. You do yoga. But I'm also human. I'm having this human experience like everyone else. And there are times when this human experience can become quite tough. The bonus for me is because of the yoga, I can sit with what comes up. Maybe not soon enough sometimes, but I can sit with it and allow it to move through me. Allow myself to recognize my stories, my reactions. And when I do, that's when I evolve. I shift, I recognize, I progress. I want that. I want to be ever growing, even if it's painful sometimes. Think of when you were a young person and your bones were growing and everything was expanding. That was painful. But we grew, we shifted, we changed, we didn't remain children. Our first heartbreak was painful, but we grew from it. We learned about us, hopefully, and we moved through. Not always. Sometimes those are the stresses that hold on to us. But it's when we move through, when we look at these things, when we go, okay, it's over, that we have an opportunity. Everything in life, not just this past year, but everything in life is always handing us an opportunity to sit with painfulness of what comes up and grow and move through it. So I ask, how do you want to shift? What pain do you want to let go of? What pain do you want to move through so it no longer holds on to you like a backache that never goes away? Think about it. Get curious about it. And then breathe. Give yourself a little neck massage. Maybe rub your tummy. Let your body know it's okay. That you're loved, that you're part of something. Open your eyes and walk back out into your day. Namaste.